Hello everyone. The topic for today is writing a story. When writing a story, we usually start by setting the scene. And to do this, we imagine that we are looking at the picture and we describe the scene, the time, the place, the characters, etc. It is very important, though, to describe their feelings, though. Let's do the reading together and complete the prepositions at the same time. It was a cold but bright Friday afternoon in Seattle, and Daryl Jane was very excited. He packed his skis, his sleeping bag, and a few clothes in his Jeep and set off to Mount Adams. He was looking forward to spending the weekend with his friends. Daryl was familiar to the area, so he took a shortcut through the country road. He was driving along in the Jeep when the tires got stuck in the snow. Within minutes, it started snowing heavily. Soon, snow began to cover his car. He tried calling for help, but his mobile phone wasn't working. He knew he was in trouble. He decided to stay inside the car and he wrapped himself in his sleeping bag to keep warm. Daryl had some banana chips, rice cakes, and some water with him. He hoped it would be enough until someone found him. The day passed and the food and water ran out. He ran the engine for a few minutes every day to melt the snow. He was lonely and scared, and he started writing goodbye notes to his family. Then, one morning he heard the snowmobile and he knew he was safe. He felt happy and proud of himself. He managed to survive for 2 weeks in his car in almost 2 meters of snow without any injury, thanks to his patience and survival skills. A very important technique in writing a story is to put the events in the proper order they happened. Look at the events from the story. Our task is to put them in a chronological order as they happened in the story we just read. Let's start together. First of all, Daryl set off to Mount Adams. Then, he took a shortcut as he knew the road very well. After this, the tires got stuck in the snow suddenly. It started snowing, and he wrapped himself in his sleeping bag to keep warm. After some days, he ran out of food and water. And he started writing goodbye notes to his family. One day, he heard a snowmobile, and finally, he was safe. A story planning or a story outline. How to write a story following the plan. First of all, we have the introduction or the opening, where the story is set and who are the characters. After this, we have to build up our story and to tell more about the characters and setting. In the third paragraph, we have to mention the problem or the conflict, what goes wrong. Then we have to give the solution in the next paragraph. How are things faced or sorted out? The final paragraph is the conclusion or the closing of our story. What has changed and what has been learned from the story, like a message. You have to try this at home as a homework assignment. Choose a story and write it for the school magazine using the outline above. Remember that your story must be between 80 and 100 words. Follow the outline that we just mentioned above. It was all for this topic. Thank you very much.